Hey guys, it's Cord Ross and welcome to 6 News. So we've just got our very first teaser for the next season of Rainbow Six Siege, and it is this animated GIF and the text that goes with it on Twitter, which says, "Things are about to go boom." Now of course, we're probably getting a defender, so I'm thinking trap operator. And at this point, YouTubers haven't got early access to the operator, so we don't have a clue what's coming yet, which is always nice to be guessing and speculating. Now, the actual reveal for this is going to take place during the Major, which will be sometime between the 8th and the 14th of November, so just over a week away, and should be a lot of interesting surprises. And I've already released a dedicated video on the 6 News channel going over the new Twitch drops that will be available during the 6 Major. Let's go over what we know, what we're going to be getting, because there's a few quite interesting things coming this season. First is the operator is Irish. We're going to have a rework of the Outback map and of course the usual stuff from the roadmap. But there's a few other interesting things coming as well. We should be seeing potentially the Goyu rework that was shown at the beginning of the year with no textures and stuff. It was very early development, and we should see that and if it's potentially changed since then. We've also got the gameplay after death that could show up this season as well, and that allows you to drive around drones and things like that, or use your Mozzie drones, your Echo drones, your Maestro cams when you're actually physically dead. And a lot of people seem to think this was cancelled, but it went on the test server and it was put on there for half the time of the test server and then half off. That was the whole plan. So I think people thought when it got switched off that it was just like full on cancelled, but I think it's still coming and we might well see it, but of course it also could be delayed, so we're not entirely sure. But that was in line with their original plan because they wanted to have data for it on and off and get hopefully a good comparison, because they are bound to tweak it quite considerably and they might well make it very different from what we've seen. I'm also hoping to see the Elite customization phase 2, where we can actually properly customize the Elites, that, you know, this stuff isn't linked to the uniform. Hopefully it's all disconnected. That is still coming at some point, but because it is a phase 2, it could easily end up next year. We'll see. Another thing that was very exciting for me at the reveal of the roadmap for this year at the start of the year was a ranked rework where they don't just base it off wins and losses, and they actually bring in some other factors to make it fairer. This has also been a big matchmaking rework to casual and stuff as well. But again, we'll have to see if that actually makes it this year or not, but it might. Another year 6 promise was making installation size far smaller, where all the textures in that for cosmetics are actually streamed over, so that when you first load into a game, that's when you would get them, instead of having every cosmetic installed, which would mean the actual installation size would potentially end up being tiny. Hopefully that ends up coming around. And then the other thing that should still be coming is attacker repick. So you actually drone out during the attack phase, and then you can switch operators to actually combat what the defenders have picked, because defenders have always in Siege had the advantage, so they're trying to bring it back a little bit, and curious to see how that'll play out. There's other features I would love to see, but I don't think we'll see them yet. I would love maybe just a mention of them though, like cross progression, cosplay, that we know is coming next year. Hopefully just an update on how that's going to work, how the merging of accounts will work, if it'll be seamless, if there's any major progress on it, and of course if anything here has potentially been delayed for future years. There's also the reputation system, which has been delayed at this point, I think about 2 years, so that would be lovely to show up, but you know, I'm not sure if it will. But anyway guys, that is our very first teaser for the next season of Rainbow Six Siege. We should see a lot more teasers and trailers and pictures and everything over the next week, and then we go into the reveal. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.